I am so upset. I just filmed this entire intro and nailed it. And then, okay, let's start over. Hi, you guys. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be swatches of the new Kaleidos Flower Punk eyeshadow palette, as well as both of the new lip bundles. I wish I would have figured out what these were called because they're nowhere on these, but I think they're called like the Cloud Clay lip. This one is the nude collection and this one is the more colorful collection. I assume if you're watching this video, you probably are searching for this collection because Kaleidos is an indie brand, and I just assume if you're watching this, it's because you're searching for it. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Tash. I hope you subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, today's video is just going to be live swatches. I feel like I don't see enough of these on YouTube, and I find them to be very, very helpful. If you guys are curious about this look I have on right now, I will be uploading a 3 looks 1 palette. This is the first look I've done, so I have dug into these just for this one look, and so far I'm excited, and I hope you guys are excited too. If you are, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and jump on into this. So I totally forgot I was going to do lip swatches first, so I already took my lashes off, but whatevs. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off. For the lip swatches, I'm not going to use any liner. I'm just going to show you how they look on the lips. And I did just wear one of those lipsticks. I mean, I could have just left it on, but I figured maybe you guys would want to see application. I don't know. But I did find the formula to be, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like a whipped texture, but not like super airy or anything. And it's very soft. Like, it's a very soft matte. They're not uncomfortable, but they're definitely not what I thought they were going to be. I imagine these to be like the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lips. That's my all-time favorite lipstick formula, liquid lip formula, which I shouldn't even say that anymore because they're discontinued. Why? I don't know. But anyways, so I was hoping this was going to be like that, but it's not. They're not super uncomfortable. They are dry. They almost feel like a dry oil. Like, they're not like where they like suck your lips in, but they're not like creamy either. Very hard to explain, this one. I don't know if I've tried any lip product like this, so let's just go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and start with the nude lip bundle. As far as I know, they're not selling these lipsticks individually, which I think is kind of a bummer because some of these shades, they kind of look similar, and I definitely wouldn't have bought all of them if I didn't have to, but I'm kind of glad I did because this case is so cute. When I averaged out the price of these, I think they were like 35-ish, 36, 32, and I just averaged these were about $8 a piece, but then if you add in this container, this is definitely at least $5 worth, so definitely not a bad deal at all, but if you're not going to use all the shades, it kind of stinks. But I'm going to start out with the shade Adobe. So here is the shade Adobe. It's almost mid-tone. Would we call this mid-tone? Probably, yeah. I mean, I think I would call this a mid-tone pinky nude. I definitely would say this leans warm, neutral warm. It's pretty. I like it. I thought of the word for how I would kind of describe these. Like a powder matte. Like, they feel kind of powdery. Like, they don't feel wet at all. And when I did swatch them on my arm, I was able to like do this thing and they didn't really come off super easily, so I think they're gonna have decent lasting power. Here is the next shade, Dune. Again, this is the shade Dune. This is like a step deeper than the last shade and a little bit more browny cool tone. Not really a cool tone lip, but a neutral. It's a little less warm, I'd say. Also, something I should show you is the applicator. I love these kind of applicators because they have that really fine tip point, so they're able to get into the corners of the mouth and line your lips very easily. Also, if these have a scent, I can't tell you. I had COVID and I still can't smell anything. This next shade is Terra, which is the one I had when I started the video. Has a little bit of that, excuse me, has a little bit of that yellowy orange to it. Again, here is the shade Terra. Like I said, this leans that orange, yellowy sort of shade. It actually reminds me quite a bit of Miami Fever from Ofra. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the two next to each other. So these are pretty close. On top is Ofra and on the bottom is the Kaleidos. This one definitely has a little bit more brown to it, and this one's a little bit brighter. I think I might prefer the Ofra formula just because I don't necessarily like a powdery dry down, but I mean, it's definitely not uncomfortable, so I don't know. Just makes me feel like I can't breathe, you know? I don't... Husband! Okay, where was I at? Am I on the next one? I don't remember where I was on that last one, but let's jump into the fourth one. This is the shade Sienna. Okay, and here is the last shade. This is Sienna. They all kind of look the same, right? Just like minor... Husband's calling again. So personally, I think that these all kind of have the same vibe. Like, there's just minor differences. I hope that they come out with these individually because I don't know if I'm going to get use out of all of them. And I will say, I think these are like smaller containers. Like, let me see how much does it say? Oh my God, am I getting old? I think that says 0.085 ounces. Can you see that? Let's see. Maybe I can zoom it in. Yeah, that's an 1/8. That's an 1/8, okay? It says 0.085 ounces, whereas like my Ofra doesn't say. Let's try this. But then my Tower 28 one says, oh, 0.13. Okay. Okay. So, I don't, never mind. Never mind. I'm trying to say is I don't think it has as much product in there. I think they're smaller compared to like other liquid lipsticks. I can hear my husband stomping his giant feet around. He's cute and I love him, but damn. I look like I just had like a makeout sesh. On to the next lip kit. This is the more colorful one. The punk side. I don't know what they call this one. I think I'm going to start out with these other two because the pink and the blue I think are going to stain. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with Delilah. I didn't dip it again, but I did use the back of this just to make sure I had like even color all around. I don't know if you can see what I'm saying when I'm saying it's very powder matte. Like it's like a soft matte. It almost looks like a blurring matte. How many more times can I say matte? Matte, 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 matte. This feels like a holiday red because it's kind of got that velvety powder texture. Maybe, maybe. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Mahogany. I wish I could smell these. Here is the shade Mahogany. I feel like it looks a little bit patchy. As my lips are getting more dry, I can tell that this formula is probably going to be one that really sticks to dry patches and emphasizes them. So I think if you have really, really dry lips, maybe this formula isn't for you. And the shade is definitely a little bit patchy. I think maybe I'll go in with another layer just to see if I can make it more even. I don't know if a second layer actually helped with making it more even. It definitely darkened it, so I think this is a very like buildable formula, but a little bit patchy. A little bit patchy. I do like this color though. I think it's very cool. I don't know if I have anything in my collection like this, so that's a win for sure. Next we are on to Agave. I have never worn a blue lipstick, so I don't think I've worn a blue lipstick before. Okay, there it is. Looks kind of cool for sure. Definitely not something I'm going to wear regularly, but I can see myself like actually playing with this. And that's one reason I wanted to grab this specific collection is because I feel like these are going to be shades I'm going to wear probably more often, like for Instagram looks or something. Whereas like the nude collection, I feel like I already have a lot of those shades. So while they're pretty, I don't know if I needed them necessarily. Whereas like these ones, like I don't have a shade like this. So I love having new colors in my collection. Also, this could be a good mixing color. Say I have a color that's a little bit too warm tone and I want to cool it down. Maybe I can mix this in and it might cool it down a little bit. So I don't know, but I think the shade is kind of cool. While I was putting this on, it was kind of looking patchy, but I honestly think that maybe it's not patchy. Like maybe that last one isn't patchy, but it's more of getting it spread evenly on the lips because it sort of like builds. And wherever you're building, it gets darker. So unless you're like putting the same amount of product in every spot, maybe that's what's making it patchy. Is that still considered patchy? I don't know. But I feel like with this one, I was able to get it to not look super patchy or anything as long as I was like spreading it around evenly. There's that color. Totally fun. I love it with this like neon 80s vibe I got going on. So definitely want to play with this one again. On to the last lip shade. This is the shade Cactus Flower. I think this is definitely going to set me over the edge for an 80s look. Cute. So I don't know if you can see the finish. It's definitely matte. This is cute. I like it. I like it. I feel like I'm definitely 80s. I have the perfect solution now to my dry lips, and that is this new mask that they came out with. This is called the Blue Agave Softening Lip Mask. Again, if it has a scent, I can't smell it, but there it is right there. Brand new. Let's do a little. Ooh. Damn, I want to smell this. This is a lot thinner than the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. A little bit thinner than Aquaphor as well, especially like, it feels like it's melted down. Like when you touch it, it's easily just melts down. And it has a slight cooling feeling on the lips, and it actually like kind of got on my tongue, and now my tongue has like a slight cooling feeling. Nothing like burning or tingling, just like a slight minty sensation, which I personally love, especially right now where my lips are kind of like on fire. So very happy to have that while I continue on with the eye swatches. I'm going to go ahead and remove what I have on my eyes right now, and I will be right back. Real quick, I'm going to give you guys a rundown how I'm going to actually do these eye swatches and how I'm going to prep my eyes. So for my eye primer, I'm going to be going in with the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. For any of the matte shades, I will go in and set my lid down with another powder just so that nothing is sticking or gripping in any weird spots. And when I go in with the shimmers, I will not put anything else on the lid. I'll just go straight in. Unless I'm feeling like the texture needs a glitter glue, then I will be going in with the NYX glitter glue. For my brushes, I'll mostly be going in with the Sigma brush. This actually just came in one of their eyeshadow palettes. This blending side is the E38 diffused crease brush, and this more flat side is the E54 medium sweeper. So I'll be going in with both of these, and if I do decide to use a glitter glue with any of those shadows, I will go in with this brush. It's just a nice little flat brush, and this is actually just an art brush. It came in like a face painting palette, so any type of flat brush that you have would work the same. One last thing, I don't like to go necessarily in order. I like to go with shades that I think look similar. That way I can see how they compare on the eyes. So I will be going in with like these two next to each other, these two next to each other, you know, so just so I can see how they kind of compare to each other. First, I'm going to start with Mint Fever. I am tapping it off. This is a very soft formula, so there is kick up in the pan, but this is actually the second like matte. I don't know if I would call these pastel. I mean, they kind of are. They're just a little bit more deep. I haven't tried pastel shades like these, so I have already gone in with the shade Chlorophyll, and now I'm going with this one. And there is something really special about this formula. Usually when I'm going in with pastels or neons, they tend to be very dusty. And while these are very soft and kind of dusty, they have a sort of creaminess to them, which is helping them adhere to the lid and making them very opaque. So I'm definitely impressed with the formula so far. Not that I thought I wasn't going to be. I love all of their eyeshadows. I mean, look at this. Like, that's crazy. And this isn't even on like a white base. So if you wanted more of a pop, I would recommend going in with a white concealer or white eyeshadow primer. But man, like, this is awesome so far. Okay, now I'm going to go on with this side and just kind of blend it. I just want to see how they blend out. Effortlessly. Effortlessly for sure. I'm really impressed with these. And I feel like I can just keep building and building, and oh my goodness. Looks so good. There is the shade Mint Fever. I forgot to say, in between swatches, I will be going in with this color switch. This is by Lavish Brushes. I'm going to be going in with Aloe Cove, and I will be using my finger. This is how I typically apply shimmer shadows. Lately, I've been really liking them on a brush with glitter glue, though. Wow, 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 wow. There is one layer with a finger. It's gone with the second layer. It's weird because in the pan I see like a purple reflect, but on my eye it almost looks like a yellowy lime reflect. This was more like a topper shade, like it doesn't really have a base to it. It's just a bunch of shimmer. And I am going to go ahead and apply a glitter glue and re-top it just to see how intense it gets. I prefer to do this more than I do actually wetting my brush. Oh yeah. Just makes it more intense. It's kind of bringing out more of those lime yellow tones. Like kind of on the edge I can see more of that yellow. And there is the shade Aloe Cove. And just because I'm curious and why not, I'm going to go ahead and apply glitter glue to this side and apply Aloe Cove just because I want to see. This is kind of how I assumed I would pair it, is I would pair Aloe Cove on top of this. Match made in heaven, for sure. For my next pairing, I'm going to be going in with Peach Soju and Stained Glass. Let's do Stained Glass first. Again, this is one of those topper shades where it's not going to show up as well unless there's a base underneath. This one is a lot more translucent than the last one. Let's go in with some glitter glue just to intensify it. I think it definitely made it more bold, but as you can see, there's like, it's a translucent base, so it's hard to see unless you're in certain lighting, like unless the light is actually hitting it. Next, let's go into Peach Soju. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but these just build just so easily. They're so creamy, yet powdery. It's so hard to describe. Powdery in the best way. It's a little bit lighter than I thought it was going to be, but it's still very pretty. And there is the shade Peach Soju. So I just cleaned off this eye, and now I'm going to go in with Nauvoo. I figured this would be the best way because I want to see how Stained Glass looks on top of that shade. So I figured I would just leave this one on for comparison. And because there's only 9 shades, so there was going to be an odd number. Honestly, this just blends effortlessly. I do have a little bit of like bumps going on right here and irritation just because I've been wiping my eye so much and because I already did like a full-on look before this. So don't mind that. It's not really patchy. It is a little bit dark right here. Like I feel like the mattes really like stick where you put them. I think my eyelid wasn't set down enough there maybe, or maybe it's just like gripping there more. I honestly just think it's my eye at this point, so don't even concern yourself with that. I don't think this is patchy. I mean, it's so smooth. Like, I don't know if you can see on the eyelid how smooth it looks. Like, if you have mature eyelids, I think you would like this matte formula because it is so smoothing. And I'm just going to use my finger this time, and I'm going to go in with Stained Glass, shade right here. I just want to see how this looks on top of a darker base like this. Very purple. Like, it's pulling a lot more purple. So this is what it looks like on its own. It does have a glitter glue topper, and then I pressed it in again. But this is what it looks like without a base, and this is what it looks like with a darker shadow underneath. I feel like it really brings out like the purple in that. I'm not sure if you can see, but this eyelid is getting really irritated. So I'm glad we're almost done. Sort of, halfway. For the next pairing, I'm going to be going in with Chlorophyll and Golden Age. Chlorophyll, more like Borophyll. I honestly can't ever hear the word chlorophyll without thinking of that movie. If you know the movie, leave a comment down below. If you know the movie and you like the movie, we could be friends. Chlorophyll, more like Borophyll. This one would look super cool, I think, if there was a white base underneath. Like, it's already super, it's a great shade. Like it really is. It's very vibrant. Obviously not to the tone of like my nail polish, but I think if it had a white base, yeah, it blends out effortlessly. Effortlessly. A little bit of fallout because I didn't tap, but yeah. It's really great. And I think, let me try it with my finger just to press. I mean, this one just kind of just keeps building and building and building. Like, so good. So good. Amazing. Like this whole formula, like this whole palette. If you guys don't have any Kaleidos eyeshadow palettes, I highly, highly recommend them. They're one of my top eyeshadow formulas ever. So good. So good. Next is Golden Age. Yes, my brush is clean. I have been cleaning them in between each eyeshadow swatch, so there's no mixing. So good, right? I mean, oh my god. Blends out, like it blends itself out. Again, don't mind right there. I am getting like a little bump there because of just irritation, but yeah. So good. So good. So stoked about this palette. We are now to the final two. We have Sungazer and Earthship. I'm going to start off with Earthship. I'm curious how the shade is going to be because if you watch my most recent videos, which were eye swatches and 3 looks of the new Melt Mary Jane eyeshadow palette, I kind of talked about how I find olive greens to be patchy no matter really the formula. They tend to just be a patchier shade. I'm assuming that means it's because it's a harder shade to formulate. And Kaleidos does actually have a shade like this in their Sci-Fi Green, and I don't find it to be like super patchy, but a little bit patchy. I think this color kind of oxidizes because if you look when I like first set it down, like it's a different tone. I've had another olive green do that to me before, and that was in the So Jaded palette. I noticed that it did the same thing. It like darkens once it's on the eye. Like, I don't know if you could see the difference between like right there to right there. Typically with olive shades like this though, I'm usually using them to like deepen something. I'm not always going in with an olive on my lid. And when I am, I'm probably topping it with a shimmer. So it's really not a big deal, but this one is not like super patchy. Like it's really not bad. And I can keep like going in and this color builds like crazy good. But it is kind of weird how it is kind of shifting colors once it sets down. I don't know if you could see, like see that darker band there? I'm gonna try to seeing it kind of lightened, and I wonder if it's going to darken again. I mean, but it builds and it's like opaque on my lid. It's just I'm getting like these different tones because of where it's like oxidizing. I'm going to go on with one more little swipe just to see my theory and see if it's lighter. Yeah, do you see how that's lighter? What is happening? What is that doing? Oh my goodness. It's so strange. I mean, it still looks good though. Like, still looks good. It almost looks like I have 2 different shadows on because I do have that dark around there, but I don't know if that's a great thing when you're not intending it, but don't mind me. I'm getting kind of messy here with my blending, but anyways, there's the shade Earthship. Now onto Stargazer. Now this one, I swatched these already and I played a little bit with this one in my first look. But this is a different formula to these ones up here. These are a topper. Like they don't have like that opaque look. Okay, do you see how that just like packs a punch of color? And then let me go in with this one. Well, I don't know if that's helping. Never mind, because that looks great too. Look at these colors. I mean, seriously, they pretty much nailed this palette, I think. I mean, that green shade's a little weird, but I still like it, honestly, and I think it built really great. Definitely getting some fallout. This one is chunky too. That's what I forgot to say. Not like really chunky, but it definitely has some texture to it, which I actually like because I think it gives it some dimension on the lid. Let me just see if I can dust that away. Nope, I'm just gonna have a green little highlight there. Okay. do your eyes first with that shade. Or use a glitter glue. And I am actually going to go in with the glitter glue now. So there's the shade without glitter glue. I didn't do a ton of packing just because it was getting kind of messy, but okay, I'm putting glitter glue on the lid. Okay, now I'm dipping in. Yeah, do you see that? Straight up goes like metallic wet with a glitter glue. And you guys might be able to get this with like a wet brush. I just don't like a wet brush. I don't like the texture it makes on my lids. Just makes it all kind of crackly. This one kind of does it too if you do too much glitter glue. Like I'm kind of getting it right now, but not bad. I should have went in with like this color though. Like, yeah, missed opportunity. I'm gonna go in with the Earthship shade and just kind of, just want to see. I'm gonna try to even these out for the ending of this video, very sloppily. I don't recommend doing your eyeshadow like this. I just figured I would try to even out the look of these for the ending of this video. I'm gonna go in with Sun Gazer on my finger and onto my lid. And you can see what it looks like on top of a dark base. Let me zoom you out real quick. We have made it to the end of this video. I'm gonna save like my wrap up and full review for my next video, which is gonna be the 3 looks 1 palette. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe now, that way you don't miss it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys wanna see some more eye swatches, let me know down below. I do have the new ColourPop Barbie palette coming, and I'm thinking I might do some eye swatches of that one. That one's a lot more shades than I'm used to. Like, I'm not that girl Shay. Like, she's amazing and can do all of those shades, but I will give it a whirl, even if maybe I have to split it into separate days, if you guys are interested in that. So let me know. And if you guys want to see some more eye swatches, I do have a playlist and I will link that down below. That way you can see some other eyeshadow palettes. I think I have 3 so far. I have the Kaleidos, I have this Aura and Out ColourPop palette, and the Melt Mary Jane palette. Melt Mary Jane palette. I had it right. So if you guys want to see more of those, make sure you check out that playlist. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Also, if you know anyone that you think would enjoy my channel, please tell them about it. That would definitely help me out. Also, if you guys are a new subscriber, I just wanted to say hello. Hi, my name is Tash. Thanks for joining. I saw that I kind of got like a little, like one of my videos is kind of moving along. It's the one I did like 7 months ago, testing out MAC for the first time. So I will link that down below also if you want to watch that. I was thinking about doing an updated video, like kind of giving you guys my wrap-up thoughts of that now that I've been trying some of those products a lot longer. So let me know if you're interested in that as well. And I think I will stop talking and go take a shower and go to sleep because it's 11:38 right now. So I hope you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are, and I hope to see you in my next video. Yes? What's up? Okay. Hey, boy. I'm doing lip swatches.
Like, what you doing?
Wiping off my lip products. Why?
Does that mean, like, you're wiping off your stuff to come hang out?
No, boy.
What the fuck?
Dude, you ditched me all day.
Well, I'm right. I've been trying to hang out with you for, like, the past whatever.
Oh, yeah, so it's on your time.
Oh, my God.
What's up?
Then my time off request, and then I'm available for you, and you just decide to squander it.
I don't want to hear it. I finally got filming. I want to hang out with you. I almost stopped. I almost like didn't film, but I knew I needed to get it done.
I'm just in a great mood to hang out with my babe, and I'll probably end up going to bed.
No, you wait for me. Actually, will you bring me a glass of wine?
No. What?
Bring me a glass of wine.
No.
Yes.
You have like several hours left.
I don't have several hours left. I have like maybe an hour left.
Unacceptable.
That gives me time to drink all my wine.
Whatever. Do you want me to bring you the whole bottle too?
Yeah, just bring me the whole bottle. Okay, I love you. Did you go to the store and get more wine? Where'd you get? Oh, did we just have the cupcake wine?
Mm-hmm. See, there was only this much left in there.
Oh.
So you didn't even have any wine.
Okay.
And I've been drinking.
You've been drinking? Is that why I don't have any wine?